Yeah, hi there. These comments are for JM, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the online course, the 7-Step System to Pass a TOEFL IBT. And you're also one of my pronunciation students here in the English language program here at California State University, San Bernardino. And I apologize, these glasses here are kind of computer glasses that I sometimes wear because the glare from the screen can hurt my eyes. So I'm using these today to protect my eyes. Alright, so you completed the pronunciation pretest, and we're going to get started. Now, if you want, you can go back to exactly where you took this pretest, and I will be giving you some comments as we go. Alright? Okay, when you say that word part 1, you have to pronounce the P with more air. Part 1.
Part, road, wrong, row, honor, author, father, taught.
Okay.
Pat, map, tack.
You got some trouble here. It's the pat, pot, map, mop, tack, talk.
On, mock.
Yeah, I think lesson 8, I think you need to work on that lesson.
Right, brown, royal, lie, loud, loyal, pie, pound.
Okay.
Gate, get.
Good.
Laid, let.
So long, short, long, short.
Net, blade, bleed.
Let's track this word. It's blade, bled.
Then.
So you had trouble with this one word, bled, but I think overall you understand the difference between the long and the short vowel sounds.
Meet, met, beat, bid, leap, lip, seat, sit, hear, heat, hit.
You're getting it. I think you're getting it. I'm going to put this one down because Spanish is your first language. I think you need to practice a little bit more lesson 11, but generally you understand long, short, meet, mit, peat, pit, leap, lip, seat, sit, heat, hit.
Look, like, took, tool, tough, could, cool.
The first sound is look, luke, luck, luke, luck. So that first sound, so that's lesson number 12.
Nash, sheep, feature, shaft, shear.
This one you need to work on, especially when the CH and the SH is in the first position in the word. So cheap, sheep, shear, shear. So this is lesson number 13. All right.
Off, shave, fine, vine, then, wafer, waver.
Not bad. I still think you need to practice lesson 14 a little bit more. When the V's in the beginning, let's compare these. Fine, vine, fan, van, half, have.
How, habit, who, reach, behavior, hate, Batman, beaten, important, brightening, setback, threatened.
Yes, you got the glottal stop. That's a hard one. Batman, bitten, important, brightening, hat rack, threatened. Exactly. Very good on that. Nice.
Major, measure, fragile, frazier.
We usually say fragile. Fragile, something that's easily breakable. Fragile, Frazier.
Legend, lesion, engine.
No. Legend, lesion. Lesion. That sounds hard.
Usher, large, Asia.
I think lesson 16 is something you want to also work on, especially the second sound. Measure, Frazier, lesion, azure, Asia. You're about 80% there, but I still think you need to practice that lesson also.
Cake, keg, sink, sack, game, game.
Good.
Cap, gap, lake, lag,
Not bad.
lean, rear, better, luggage, rug,
We say rugged. It's 2 syllables there. Rugged.
other, right, right, committed, face, face, flop, flop, cap, cap, lap, love, pay, pay.
You need to work on this one, and I'll tell you why. The difficulty here is we do have certain consonant sounds. As you go through my lessons, you'll learn more about this. Some consonant sounds are voiceless consonants. That means there's no vibration in the vocal folds when you produce a sound. On the other hand, other consonant sounds, there is vibration here, and here's what you want to remember. When a word ends in a voiced consonant sound, the vowel which precedes it should be longer. Now, if the final consonant sound in a word is a voiceless sound, then the vowel is shorter. Then we can say this. Notice the difference. Flap, flab. Cap, cab. Lap, lab. Notice, short, long, short, long. Why? You have flab, cab, lab. The vowel sounds are longer in these words because the B is a voiced consonant sound. That's exactly why. That's what you want to work on right now with the P and the B. If the P's at the end, make the vowel which precedes it shorter. If the B's at the end of the word, then make the vowel a little bit longer.
Rise, rise, zip, zip, zoo, zoo, maze, maze, Elisa, Elisa.
Not bad, but I think Eliza. So sometimes when the S and the Z are in the middle of the word, you have a tendency to produce them the same way. But I'm going to say lesson 20, work on this one, particularly paying attention to the Z consonant sound.
Robert, example, pressure, principle, number, people, philosopher, volcanism, greeting, maximum, question, summer, reason, chosen, often.
Nice, good, perfect.
Zip, card, card, died, died.
Tight, tied. You got to make the T with a little more air there. So I think the T needs some improvement.
Train, rain, fad, fad, beam, dream.
Again, so I think lesson 23, particularly paying attention to the T consonant sound, I'd like you to work on that lesson also. Now again, you remember what I said a minute ago? If you have the voice consonant at the end of the word, for example, D. D is a voice consonant. Notice this. Fat, fad. Tight, tide. You notice how when the D's at the end, the vowel's longer, which precedes it. If the T is a final sound in the word, then the vowel is shorter before that one. Again, cart, card. Tight, tide. Fat, fad.
Fight. Thigh.
No. Thigh. Thigh, thy.
Breathe. Breathe.
No, it should be breath, breathe.
Teeth. Teeth.
No, you're having some trouble here between the voiceless and voiced interdental consonant. So, that was good. The final one was good. Did you feel that? You said worth, worthy. So practice these with me for just a minute. Let's go back to the beginning. Lesson number 24, right? Okay. Thigh, thy. Breath, breathe. Teeth, teeth. Through, though. Worth, worthy. So this one, it's partly you have to get used to the spelling and then the sound patterns. I think with the TH, and certain TH sounds are more of a voiceless sound. In other cases, it's more of a voice sound. Okay, JM. I'm just using your initials for privacy purposes. So what do we know now? What do we know? I think I can help you here. I really can. Based on the pretest, and my recommendation here is I recommend that you go through all of my pronunciation lessons, beginning with Speak Clearly lesson number 2 all the way to 24. Do them all, but here are the ones I want you to pay more attention to. I want to help you personally with these lessons. Write this down. Lesson number 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, and 19, 20, 23, and also lesson number 24. I didn't read that right. Let me do it one more time. I apologize. Lesson number 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 19, 20, 23, and also lesson number 24. So what do? So you have to go back to my course first of all. So you go back to my online TOEFL course, to the pronunciation section. Remember, it's step 2. And I already told you that lesson number 8 is something I want you to work on, right? So when you go there, you're going to click on lesson number 8. It's called Pat, Pot, Pronunciation Exercises.
Contrasting the vowels and ah.
You hear that?
Listen to
Now, go through the lesson, practice it several times. But there's also something I need you to send me so I can help you more. So right at the end of all the lessons, there are 2 voice recording exercises. Voice recording exercise 1 and voice recording exercise number 2. So you're going to read the sentences. The sentences are focusing on the vowel sounds in this lesson. Or it might be consonant sounds also in another lesson. So you want to record yourself, again, just one audio file. Record it, send it to me. Also, record the paragraph I want you to read. Also, in voice recording exercise number 2. Now, once you've done this and you feel good with it, you feel like you understand it, right? Then you can go to lesson number 11 and do exactly the same thing. You're going to go through the whole lesson and then send me again a voice recording of voice recording exercise number 1 and also number 2. And this is kind of how we're going to be working together for the next few weeks. You see what I'm saying? And then I give you feedback. I'll give you feedback as you go. I'll tell you which sounds you're still having trouble with and how to get better. You see what we're saying? Now from time to time, I might also give you a speaking type task. I might send something by by email that will tell you, it'll ask you a question, I'll ask you to answer it. And in this case, I'll give you some feedback in terms of your pronunciation, your grammar and vocabulary, and also how you're organizing and developing your responses. Hold on a minute, the light's turned off here. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Do you see what we're saying? So now what we need to do is, I'm now going to listen to your response to the part B.
Part B, answering the questions.
Got it.
First response to the first question.
Okay.
I received my elementary and secondary education in Mexico.
Okay.
Then I lived for a period of time in Spain.
So that E, you're saying lived, I lived, but it's it lived. So be careful, that's a sound that you're working on.
And I got my master's degree and my doctorate in Spain.
Wow.
But I also took some courses in Italy.
Okay. And I
The
would say
majority of my
here,
life,
I would say
the professional life,
Italy, not Italy, but Italy.
I have been a teacher in Mexico,
Okay.
especially in religious education
Wow.
and theology. In the United States, I have been managing editor for a Catholic publisher.
Okay.
I used to work on the editorial department to edit.
Try that word, editorial. I used to work in the editorial department.
Bilingual and Spanish publications. Second question, why it is important for me to improve my speaking and pronunciation abilities of American English.
Again, they're not abilities, but abilities. Abilities. Again, we're going back to that E versus it. Meet, met. Heat, hit.
Because I have a very professional life in the United States, and I'm planning to live the rest of my life in this country.
Okay.
Then it's important for me to improve my skills in.
You might, instead of then, I would say so. Or you might say, because I plan to live the rest of my life in the United States, speaking English is important to me. So if you want to use what's called a cause-effect type relationship, you can use a word like because, and that's an adverb clause connector, subordinating conjunction, or you can use a word like so, which is a coordinating conjunction, to try to emphasize both points of what you're saying.
Speak and write, and especially speaking in public. Third question. What do you hope to achieve in this course?
Yeah, this is important because now you're giving me more information about your own goals, and I want to try to make sure I can help you maximize and reach the goals you have set.
My three goals is to improve my vocabulary.
Let me go back to something you just said. I had trouble with a word there or two.
You hope to achieve in this course. My three goals is to improve my.
So you might want to say my three. When you say the word three, that's an interdental consonant. So you got to get the tongue between your teeth. My three goals are
vocabulary, my grammar, and my pronunciation.
All right.
I hope after this week, all these three areas of my English speaking will be improved.
Wow, you got some big goals there. Vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. It does take time to learn the language. In my opinion, I've already looked at your placement results. You have very strong vocabulary. You have pretty good grammar. I don't notice a lot of issues there. But if you want to improve your grammar, my recommendation is go to the grammar part of my course. That's the third step, and take the diagnostic grammar pretest. Once you do that, it'll tell you which areas in the grammar part of my course you're unfamiliar with. Then you can take some time over the next few weeks to study in those areas. Vocabulary, I don't know if I can help you. I'm going to be honest with you. Your vocabulary is already really, really high. That means you don't really need vocabulary lesson 3. That's basic vocabulary. Maybe If you want to go to vocabulary lesson number 4, number 5, and number 6, you can take a look at some of those lists to see if you know the words or don't know the words. Then you can make a decision if you want to study more in those areas. Okay, I got good news for you, good and bad news, and what I want to do now is to give you a pronunciation profile score so you can have an idea on a scale of 1 to 7 where you are right now. Now 1, it just means that you are a high beginner of American English, and obviously you are not that. 7 means you are a near native English speaker, so you're not that either. So let's kind of figure out where you are right now. I'm going to click on the links here just for a minute. Okay, intelligibility score here. I'm going to put you in the 4 area here. You have obvious accent and pronunciation differences, but they don't interfere that much with understanding. I think there was one time I had to play back what you were saying to make sure your 3 goals. I had a little bit of trouble understanding that, but overall, you seem to have pretty good control, I think, over your speaking and your intelligibility of American English. So I'm going to put you right now, I'm going to put you at about 4.4 out of 7. So you already know, based on your pretest, there are some specific vowel and consonant sounds that you're having some trouble with. I've already given you the lessons and you know what to do there. Now let's add to that. Let's advance our conversation a little bit. Also, when you're speaking, you're trying to be very careful. You're trying to pronounce everything very clearly, but it hurts your fluency a little bit because of all the pauses you have when you speak. So you want to work on maybe pausing after every 4 or 5 stress words instead of pausing after, say, 2 or 3 or 2 or 3 stress words. So sometimes you do have some unnecessary pauses or maybe too many pauses that can sometimes make it a little bit difficult for your audience to take in your ideas. What do you do? To help you with this, I do have some specific lessons in my website. They're called Thought Groups and Blending. You can go to pronunciation lessons 41 through 44 to get some instruction in that area. All right? So there you go. So you completed the pretest. So now you have a good idea of where you need to go and what you need to do. So your job now, in order for me to help you, is your first assignment is to go to pronunciation lesson number 8, go through the lesson, make sure that you send me voice recording exercise number 1 and 2. Then I can listen and respond and comment on that, and then we start moving forward, right? So each week, each day, we try to solve more intelligibility issues. I'm glad to have you as one of our students here at California State University. I know you're kind of the administrator of the Catholic priest, and we're pleased that you and a lot of your comrades from the Catholic Church have decided to study in our program. And my job is to help you and the rest of your the priests to speak as clearly as possible. I will work as hard as I can to help you guys improve. All right, thank you.